Overnight, the US Federal Reserve released the minutes from its June meeting. Markets had widely expected that those minutes would show that there was going to be further stimulus to the US economy. However, in this, they were to be severely disappointed. In fact, the Fed basically said that unless there's further deterioration of the situation in Europe, or there's evidence that the US recovery is going to be derailed, there will be no further stimulus. On the other side of the Atlantic, in Spain, the Spanish government unveiled its latest austerity budget. In terms of that budget, the focus is around 65 billion euros in terms of tax increases and spending cuts. Also possibly on the cards is the sale of further state assets, in particular airports and train stations. So looking at the markets then, the Dow was down around 50 points, but surprisingly most European indices were up slightly. In terms of the currencies, the Kiwi was up against the US dollar and also up against the pound and the euro, but marginally down against the Aussie. International agricultural think tank MomAgri recently developed the framework for evaluating how much support a government provides to its agricultural sector. The reason this is important is that at the moment, no standard framework actually exists. So as a result, it's practically impossible to see exactly how level the international agricultural playing field is. The framework is based on 10 different forms of support, ranging from the most obvious direct forms of support, including subsidies and tax breaks, through to less obvious ones in terms of currency policy and foreign exchange management. In terms of the report, they've actually evaluated two of the world's agricultural heavyweights, the United States and the European Union. What that survey has found is that in fact, over the period 2005 to 2010, the US government provided more than twice as much support to its farmers than the EU did, to a tune of 175 billion euros in 2010. So looking at the going forward, MomAgri intends to actually apply this framework to a number of other countries, including Canada, the Ukraine, Brazil, and of course Australia and New Zealand. Given in New Zealand that agricultural subsidies were abolished in the 90s, 80s, it will be very interesting to see how the amount of support that government provides to New Zealand farmers stacks up against those other countries.